Muhammad Umar Farooq Biological Video. Please make sure to subscribe, like and share. Ask the question for answer and comment about the artwork. You can also answer question to each other for solving the problem. So today we will discuss about the Laplace's law. So the Laplace's law states that here is the Laplace's, which that is the 1749, which that French scientist that is known as the Laplace's. So the Laplace's law states that the pressure inside an inflated elastic container with a curved surface. So the curved surface containing a container, basically, for example, bubble or blood vessel, which contain basically changes their pressure and pressure inside an inflated elastic container. So inside pressure is exerted to the wall of the blood vessel or some or alveoli or lungs air sac, which that is mean is the increase the pressure will be decreased by the tension. When tension will be more, it means the changes of the tension will be more, elasticity are present more in the blood vessel, it means the pressure will be decreased. So the decreasing of the pressure is due to the changes of the radius and pressure inside of the multiplication of the radius and pressure is equal to the tension. It means the decreasing of the pressure and increasing of the radius is equal to the tension creation. So the tension will be created. So the tension mean it is increase or decrease the radius and pressure. It is ability to stabilize the pressure. While here example is a bubble or blood vessel is inversely proportional to the radius. So the radius is the inversely proportional to the basically blood vessel, which as long as the surface tension is presumed to change little. So when the tension will be changed, it means the radius is also changed as well as the pressure is also changed. So it means the changing of the pressure and the maintenance of the radius basically and maintenance of the pressure is the continuously work, while the changes of the pressure we will discuss in this video. So the cylindrical vessel is contained here, the tension is equal to the radius and pressure, radius and pressure is equal to the tension. So the tension is the T tension and our radius and pressure. So here is the cross section of the blood vessel. We show that the pressure exert on the wall of the blood vessel. So when blood vessel inflate, it means the elasticity is the basic key to play important role for the tension. So when increase the tension during the high pressure, and it means the stabilize the pressure. So here is the thickness of the blood vessel is known as the sigma, while the h and sigma is the tension and while here is the radius. So the arterial sclerosis is the hardening of the blood vessel. It is a medical condition and increase the wall stress and increase pressure of blood and decrease radius. So it means when the radius will be decreased, it means the pressure will be increased, and that is why the changes of the tension, and it means the tension will be decreased. So the tension will be decreased and radius will be decreased also, while the pressure will be increased due to the exert force more. So here is the spherical vessel we will discuss also is that T is equal to P R over 2H. So the basically H is the basically thickness and the pressure and radius. So that is the formula to understand. For example, the thickness is 2 times more and the tension will be decreased. So the radius is depend on the tension, inversely proportional. So here is the lungs containing a bronchi and bronchicule ultimately go into the alveoli, and that is single is alveolus and contain alveoli is air sac, and that the air sac contain a surfactant for tension. So the increase or decrease of the tension is due to the surfactant for breathe in and breathe out. So that is important role for the breathe in and out to change the pressure. When increase the pressure inside, it means the breathe in while the decrease the pressure, it means the breathe out for increase again. So that is flexibility is play important role. While here is a spherical vessel is known, which that is internal pressure. So the pressure will be increased, it means the tension will be decreased. So the thickness will be decreased, so it means the tension will be increased. So important here is the smaller spherical vessel and larger spherical vessel, which that tension is the multiplication of pressure and radius. So you can imagine that here is the pressure and here is the tension. So the pressure will be increased due to the constriction of the vessel, and that is the pressure will be increased and radius will be decreased, and so it means the tension will be decreased. So here is the important thing is that tension will be increased due to the pressure will be decreased due to the radius will be increased. So the radius will be increased and pressure will be decreased, and so the tension is ultimately increased. So it means the tension is the product of the basically increasing of the tension due to the decreasing of the pressure and increasing of the radius, and their multiplication show that the tension directly proportion. So here is the application to the heart, and heart which that pump in and out the blood. So important thing is that Laplace's law explain that how to work heart normally. So the normally here is the lungs and heart containing human, which that contain a heart. First of all we will discuss. So heart and left and right lobe of the lungs are present, and that's descending aorta, etc. So here I am drawing the heart. So the heart is contain a aorta, which that is used for the blood away from the heart, while the superior and inferior vena cava which used for the blood in to the heart. So that is important thing. While here is the right ventricle and left ventricle. Now we will cross section of the lower region of the heart to understand the right ventricle and left ventricle for the filling of the blood. So the blood filling mechanism and how to circulate normally that blood. So the normal blood pumping we will discuss. So the normal blood pumping we will discuss, and also discuss about the changes of the myocardium. So the tissue of the changing, hardening of the or thickness of the wall of the heart. So here is the epicardium, and here is the inner is the myocardium, which that is the pericardium is between the epicardium and myocardium, pericardium and myocardium. So the inside is a hollow structure containing papillary muscles. So it is here is the right ventricular wall. So this right ventricular wall is present, and left ventricular wall, not valve. So the left ventricular wall and right ventricular wall are present, which that means the radius of the left ventricular wall left ventricle is less as compared to the right ventricular wall. Why? Because it is hardening of the tissue due to the pumping out the blood throughout the body. So that means the more pressure. While as compared to the right ventricular wall, which that is the thin as well as the larger radius. So it means the radius will be larger. It is used for the filling chest. So it means the whole body which that is throw the blood into the right ventricle, while the left ventricle is pump out. So that is mean it's hard. While here is the too much hardening or thickness of the myocardium, which that is decrease the radius, and left ventricular pressure will be increased. So the increasing of the pressure, it means the increase of the blood flow. So the blood flow will be increased, and unfavorable breathing mechanism will be occur, because the completely circulation will be not occur due to the less volume of the left ventricle. So the left ventricle valve is hardening, and that is the medical condition. It is known as the calcification deposition, and it is known as the arterial sclerosis. So let's talk about the basically wall thickness increase, so the lumen radius will be decreased and left ventricular pressure will be increased and not complete filling the left ventricle. So that is important things. So now we will discuss about the simplified view of long surfactant action in alveoli. So the surfactant is important, which that increase the pressure and decrease the pressure also. Why? Let's talk about and understand the basic concept about that. So the simplified of long surfactant action in alveoli for breathing in and breathing out. So the surfactant is very important. So the surfactant is used for the breathe in and breathe out due to the changes of the pressure. So here is the trachea, which contain basically trachea, which used for the breathing in and out, and left and right lobe of the lungs, and that's contain here is the trachea. So trachea to contain a tracheole, and this tracheole contain ultimately a bronchi and bronchiole. So this bronchiole is the bronchi to bronchiole to convert into the alveoli, bronchi to bronchiole to convert into alveoli, and this alveoli is used. Alveoli is contain a air sac. So the air sac used for the breathe in when so the carbon dioxide, oxygen, and air will be move in. So the breathe in, it means the increase the radius and decrease the pressure. Increase the radius and decrease the pressure. It means the air will be moved in because it is moved from higher pressure to the lower pressure. So it means the changes of the pressure is directly proportional to the 2 times tension, while the radius will be decreased. So it means the changes of the pressure will be increased. So here is the 2 times tension is we can take the tension by this formula to the changes of the pressure and to radius. Our 2 is the tension. We can calculate the tension. So while here is the basically surfactant film is expanded and surface will be increased, so is the larger, and the pressure will be decreased. So it means the air will move from higher pressure to the lower pressure inside, while here is the surfactant when pressure will be decreased. So it means the pressure will be increased inside. So the inside pressure will be decreased. When decreased, so it means the movement of the air from higher pressure to the lower pressure outside. So the breathe out. So here is the pressure is the changes will be increased. So the pressure will be increased. It means the radius will be decreased. So the tension is due to the surfactant is important, which that's constrict and decrease the radius. So ultimately after the decreasing of the radius to increase the pressure. So that is the basic concept about that. And when the pressure will be increased, so it means the radius will be decreased. So we can calculate. So here is the pressure is equal to the 2 into thickness of the vessel and tension into tension, which that is the directly proportion to the pressure. While the radius will be decreased, it means the pressure will be increased. It means the inside the outside the pressure less. So the move air into the alveolus where the pressure is high. So here is the radius which contain basically concept. I hope you make sense about that. Here is the blood vessel which contain a radius, and increase the radius to depend to the tension, and pressure will be increased due to the decrease of the radius, while the high pressure will be increased. So the surfactant is decreased due to the coronavirus infection to uncomfortable breathing and less breathing. So that is why important things. So here is the pressure will be directly proportional to the that is the inversely proportional to the radius. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe the channel and give the suggestion to new videos. So bye.